Recently I was asked, Lindsey, what are some of your favorite books related to sexuality? So I'm going to take some time to show you my favorites, some of them, because some of them are not here. I think elves took them. Okay, starting with Sexualia. This book was given to me by my mother. She used to go to the outlet store in Ohio and find anything she could related to sex for her budding sexologist daughter. This book in particular is an encyclopedia type with gorgeous pictures. Then there's this image, which inspired a really big event in my career. Being that I have Japanese heritage and this is about sexuality, I was able to combine the two in an event called the Polytana Sushi Social. Next up, some of the more educational material I love. This one is the ultimate guide to sex and disability. It actually applies to any person and any body. This one I was able to get in China at the Museum of Sex. I'm not sure what the title is because it's in Chinese. My favorite sex guide is called The Guide to Getting It On by Paul Joandes. I don't have this one because it's constantly on loan. I get it and it's gone. I love this book because it's a great value. For not much money, you're getting a huge book. Lots of pages and cartoon illustrations of sexuality, all of the genders, all of the orientations, positions, what to do with your mouth and your anus. It goes on and on. What's fun about it is that Paul is coming from a research background. He wasn't a sexologist by nature, but he became one because of his fascination, and I appreciate that because it's rigorous commitment to what we know and not necessarily what we think. I also really like The Guide to Getting It On because Paul makes a point to ask people in the community what their experiences are so he can share those as well. This is my #1 recommendation for partners. It's been so popular and out of print for so long that a company actually picked up the opportunity to reprint it so they can distribute more and more and more to possibly my clients. The 2-step, The Dance Toward Intimacy, is essentially about how we relate to one another as both seekers and soughts. Are you pursuing someone? Are you being pursued? And how does that affect the relationship dynamic? The book isn't very long and it's mostly pictures. I also really like textbooks, and one of the benefits of teaching at a university is that the publishers send you lots of them. Publishers really hope that you're going to pick their book for the 200 students that you're bound to teach. I don't have a favorite textbook. I've yet to find one that really suits me in my class, but Hawke's Human Sexuality is one that I know how to navigate really well. And King's Human Sexuality Today is my first human sexuality textbook. It's where I learned about cultural differences, like the cultures of Innis Bay and Mangaya. We'll get into them later. Harmful to Minors is another one I really enjoy but don't have on my person. This book is about how we try to protect our children from sexuality, withhold information, promote abstinence, and in doing so, do a lot of harm. This book also introduced me to Joycelyn Elders, who wrote the foreword. Talk about fangirl. When I met Joycelyn, a favorite book activity, which might not be a favorite book, is going to garage sales and picking things up, finding out which boxes are going to send me energy that there is a sexual treasure inside. Some of the ones I found include The Dieter's Guide to Weight Loss During Sex. And there's one more book. The Red Couch. This book is the reason why my furniture is red. I was introduced to it by my father. He's a photographer. What it means to me is that when somebody sits on the red couch, they have a story worth telling. A team of 2 photographers and an interviewer took this same red couch across the country, inviting people to sit upon it and tell their stories. They captured these images, a portrait of America, and gave a physical cohesion to the differences we each have. So when a client comes into my office and plops down on the couch, they're all connected in the value of their voice to be heard and the human sexuality we share.